every time I would blow a load. If some chick came over and she just did a little grinding, I would blow my load. It was great. Welcome to another Tales of Doom. Have you got your box of tissues with you there and ready? Because there's going to be crying, guys. There's going to be crying. So, whenever I sit down to film one of these, it's always like, wow, I got so many of these stories, but a lot of them they're really just kind of these short things, like I did something stupid, and that's it. But the thing is, whatever thing I did stupid, I've done it so many times, it would get boring if I'm like, oh yeah, then there was this other time I did the same thing, and there's another situation I did the same thing. These videos would get boring. I mean, if I did a video every time I did a stupid thing, this channel is going to be just overpolluted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine certain experiences into like a video where I'll mention one error, maybe give like the worst example, and then talk about it a little bit, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So today I'm going to talk about a classic error that I've made many times, not calling women, being too much of a bitch to actually pick up the phone. Now, here's what's shocking. I have so many stories where I straight up just didn't call a woman, period, even in the first place, just because I was just afraid of being rejected, right? Because I would get so excited, right, that I actually got a girl's phone number. This girl's beautiful. I think she likes me. She gave me her number, right? But there was this fear that if I call this girl up, what if the number's not real? Or I'll call a girl and she won't pick up, or she won't want to meet me, or any situation that ends up with me not getting to meet up with the girl, right? And so there's got to be, I don't know how many stories of me just simply, there was a girl, I got her number, she was gorgeous, I never fucking called. I didn't even call her, which makes no sense, because like, why did you even go through through the whole thing, through the interaction, and bother getting a number if you're not even going to call a number? It's absolutely ridiculous. So isn't it crazy it's like I have enough desire that I wanted to meet women, so I would go and do the things and talk to them and everything, but then when I actually got the phone number, I didn't have that inner belief in self-love to actually call them. It's madness. Okay, so that's enough blab. Let's get to the story, right? Back in the day when I was 21, this was 21 years old. I was a baby. This is before I was even started doing day game. I was still going to clubs and shit like that, and I was a total pussy. So this story, it's actually kind of like a success and then a retarded failure, and when I explain it, you're going to go like, okay, this guy's retarded. So I was 21 years old. It was Halloween. I was a vampire. So I had I had these little teeth. I remember there was these little teeth. You'd buy them separately, and I don't know, it was some kind of sticky stuff or whatever, and they kind of go in there. So I had a couple of fangs. And I was standing there, and just over there by the bar, I just spotted this woman who was just wow. I was like, holy shit. And actually, and I've always been this way, I'm quite picky, I guess, or specific. I don't know if picky is the right word, but just like, I'm not attracted to all women. Like if there's 20 women in the room, maybe one of them I'd be interested in, or two maybe, but it won't, like some men are like, yeah, whatever, all these shit. No. And so in this club, honestly, I hadn't actually seen any women where I was crazy, like where I was like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? This woman, I was like, holy shit. Fuck, I really want to go meet her. And I can't do it because my vampire tooth had it was falling out of my. And then of course this other part of me kicked in and said, "Dude, you're a comedian." This is when I was, by the way, really into stand-up comedy. I've been doing it for years. I was down there actually doing stand-up. Dude, you're a comedian. Just to improv something. I was like, okay. And I just walked up to this girl. I tapped her on the shoulder. She turns around, and I had this tooth in my hand, and I just smiled and I said, "Hey, my tooth fell out." And she went, "Oh," and she took the tooth out of my hand. And she actually put it back into my mouth. And after that, I just had a totally normal conversation. There was no smooth anything. I was just like, "Hey, Al, how's it going?" But we did dance for a while, and I just, asked for a number. I just said, "Hey, yeah, can I have your number? Let's hang out." And she gave it to me. I was so excited. It's difficult even to tap in now to how excited I was, because I don't get that excited over a woman's number anymore. But that's the good part. That's actually not bad. I came up with something that was in the moment and original, and it was very natural. And actually, honestly, that's the perfect way to meet a woman. Thinking back, that's perfect. Is a situation that's happening. I'm having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? I walked. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful way to naturally. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. It's great. I'm very proud of myself. And actually, I was for quite some time. I was like, that was good. That was a good move. Anyway. So what happened was, I think I was so excited about her. What I did was I called her, but I think I called her very soon after. I don't think it was the next day because I knew that would be a little bit too, you know what I'm saying? I think it was the next day after that. I think it was like on the Monday morning. And I was so excited to call her. You're going to laugh at this. I think I called her at like 10:30 in the morning. Which is fucking ridiculous, right? 10:30 a.m. And I remember going like 10 a.m. too early. 10:30, it's Monday. She should be awake, right? People are awake by now, you know. So I did, and she picked up. So it's a real number, which was great. And I said, "Oh, are you?" And she sounded so tired. And I was like, "Oh, are you sleeping?" She's like, "Oh, yeah." And I said, "Oh, okay, it's all right. I'll call you later." And I didn't want to. I thought it was just horrible to like be waking her up and say, "Hey, I'll call you later." She's like, "Okay." She didn't even know who it was. Hung up the phone. And I think you know where this one goes. I never called her again. I was so like horrified at like waking her up in that moment and just being like, oh shit, I shouldn't have called now. This is bad. I just never called her again. And I had her number in this little old like flip phone I had from I still have it. I still have that phone somewhere. Battery's going to be dead, but I have that phone. And I literally just never called her again. And that was it. It's pretty bad. Now, you're thinking, why the fuck would I do that? Before I answer that question, I'm gonna add another story in. Once in a while, we go to strip clubs in Los Angeles, and again, 21 years old. Around that time, I was super high sex drive, and you know, I would ejaculate on one dance. Every time I would blow a load. If some chick came over and she just did a little grinding, I would blow my load. It was great, and so it took me. It was only $20 for me to get off. So I wasn't that even desperate for sex because it's like, well, I was always getting mine. You know what I'm saying? And I could afford it, so it was great. Once in a while, I did actually talk to the women and strike up a conversation and have a chat and stuff. And there was this one woman, I think I'd met her a couple of times in this one club, and we just ended up talking, and we actually clicked. Like we actually had a connection. Like she was cool, and she liked me. So I think I don't even know if I ever maybe I had one dance from her or something, but I wasn't actually spending money or anything with this lady. We would just be talking. And we just had a connection. And one time I ended up giving her a lift home in my car, and she gave me her number. She says, "Yeah, give me a call sometime." And I was like, "Okay, all right, cool." So again, I was shitting myself, absolutely shitting myself. And one day, not at 10:30 in the morning, it was in the evening. Gave her a call. Her voice. This is in the old days. Now you young people, you're probably like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" You would say something with your voice, and they would hear it later. Then they would call you back. So guess what, though? When the answering machine came on, I panicked. I didn't know what the fuck to say. And again, some part of my mind was like, oh, what if she doesn't call you back? What if she says, oh, no, just hang up the phone. So I hung up the phone. And then guess what happens after that, guys? Guess what happened after that? I never called her again. That's right. Never called her again. And then I run into her, I think a while later, maybe a few weeks or a few months even. She's like, you didn't call me. And I said, I called you, but your answering machine came on, so I hung up. And then she looked at me like I was retarded, and she said, you could have left a message. I know, it's really bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. Now, in that situation, even me now, it's like, wow, that's really retarded. Like, why would I do that? That makes no sense. There's no logical reason. Because if you don't leave a message, you're never going to hear her again. For sure, 100%. And if you just go, hey, it's me, here's my number, give me a shout back, and then she doesn't call you, it's still the same result. You know what I'm saying? But there's a chance she's going to call you back. Even if it's a low chance, it's a chance. So that's really stupid. Now, why would I not leave a message? Well, because I'm an idiot. That's why. I'm a fucking retard. There's no reason. If we want to go into that a bit further, I panicked. I didn't really know what to say because in my mind I was trying to come up with like, oh, what's the perfect like, what should I say? How do I not be so needy? You know, like what's the right thing to say to get her to call me back? All these kind of things were going on in my head, but they're all fucking bullshit, and they're bullshit because she already, looking back now, it's pretty obvious. She already liked me. She gave me her real number, and later she even asked, why didn't you call me? So the thing is, if the connection is there and it's real, and a girl wants to see you, it doesn't really matter what you say in the message. I mean, you'd have to leave a really fucking stupid message for her to go, man, that guy's weird to me. I'm not going to call him back. She already decided she likes you. So the message could just be like, hey, what's up? I was going to see if you want to get a juice. But she didn't pick up the phone. Boo-hoo. Here's my number. Give me a shout. And hopefully talk soon. I mean, it could just be the most basic anything. It could literally just been like, hey, it's me. Here's my number. Call me if you want to. Click. And she still would have called because she liked me. It didn't matter. So these fears, right? These fucking fears that we have in our minds really, really, really sabotage us, you know, and they really stem from this lack of worthiness, right? We don't think we're worthy of this, to have this amazing experience, whether it ends up being sexual or who knows what. But we're not worthy of it, whether it's love or sex or both or relationship or marriage or who knows what. But we don't really feel worthy of this experience. And so we sabotage ourselves from because we might confirm that, oh yeah, because if I leave the message or I call that number that I didn't call or whatever, and the girl doesn't call me back and it turns out to be a fake number or whatever it is, then suddenly I'm confirming, yeah, I'm not good enough. I do suck. So it's better not to find out. Right? Just don't even put yourself out there, and then you won't get that confirmation of what you suspect, which is that you're not worthy of love, right? You're not good enough. You're not sexy enough. You're not whatever enough. You're not enough. That's really a result of living in this society where we take lots of trauma, from our parents. We get lots of brainwashing from society about how we're not good enough and we need to look like this and we need to make this much money and we need to own this car or this phone or whatever shit. And we really buy into it, and we really fall for this belief that, there's something we need to do or accomplish or achieve to be good enough, to be worthy enough. And it's a load of shit. We are inherently worthy enough. Just by being in creation, by existing, that's it. There's nothing you need to do but to exist. You exist. You'll always exist. That's the nature of existence, is to be. You're already here. Creation makes no mistakes. You're worthy. There's nothing you need to do. You're already worthy. Some people are going to like you. Some people are not going to like you. It doesn't matter as long as you like yourself and you feel good about who you are. It's all good, right? But I was not in that space then, so I lost out on a lot of opportunities. So if you're in that spot now, right, and you're going out there and you're getting girls' numbers, and once in a while you're doing really dumb shit, like not leaving the messages or not calling them at all or anything like that, I would say this, brother. It doesn't matter if she picks up the phone. It doesn't matter if she calls you back. It doesn't matter. It's the game of life that's important, right? It's about growing and learning and just going for the things that we want to and pushing ourselves and our boundaries. And so when it comes to dating and relationships, go for it. Don't hold back. You got absolutely nothing to lose. And all you'll discover is that even if you do have these experiences where, of failure, as long as you take it with a grain of salt and you use it as an excuse to actually go deeper in your relationship with yourself, with accepting yourself and healing yourself and connecting deeper with your true nature, even experiences that can be considered a failure or negative will end up being really good experiences. It's all about the growth. It's all about slowly growing, more and more in tune with who you are, falling in love with yourself over years, accepting your imperfections, not judging yourself, and really just falling in love with life itself. That's really the journey that we're on, and I would really encourage you to get on that journey, more so than just focusing on getting that poon poon. The poon poon is part of it, but it's not the only part. All right, that's pretty much it for this video. It's gone a little bit long. What can I tell you? I love you. I hope this helps you in some way, or inspired you in some way or something. If you have a friend that needs to watch this video, send them the video. And all the links are below for everything relevant with what I'm doing out there in the world, so check those out. And because I'm adding new dates all the time of me going around the world and doing things. And I'd love to see you in person one day. So God bless you, and see you in the next one. Ciao. For over 10 years now, I've been a dating coach for men, helping men go out there and meet amazing women. Some of them get girlfriends, some of them get married and have babies. It's all happening. But the main tool I've been teaching for all these years is social freedom, the ability to go out there and speak to whoever you want to, whenever you want to, without fear. So if you'd like to actually get out there and start making sweet love to lots of people, why not grab a free copy of my Social Freedom Secret? It's freaking free, and it will help you build an amazing sex life. The link is below.